I paid $1 for this side mirror for a vintage car. Don't know which one. A guy kept messaging me and asking if I would take $10 for it, but I said no, and I finally had to block him, and it just sold for $25. This is a Zebco Rhino fishing pole. My husband buys these. Just kind of experimenting with the price. Paid $1.25 for this, and it sold for $15. These are the last two of my 4-H Club leader signs. I paid $3 a piece for these, and this person bought two for $60. A pair of nursemaid shoes, pretty good condition. We paid 50 cents for these, and they sold for $30. This is an 11-inch Glock metal sign. It's brand new. Paid $1 for it, and it sold for $12. This is a pair of Bourne leather boots with this tribal decor on it. I had never seen these before. We paid 50 cents for them, and they sold for $38. Finally sold these hubcaps. We had gotten a lot of these free, and these finally sold for $30 for all three plus shipping. Just getting rid of some of the sewing machine cams I had purchased. There are 18 of them here, and I paid 50 cents for them, and they sold for $12. But not enough money in these, so I won't be selling these anymore. I paid 50 cents for these 5 cookie cutters. They look brand new, and they sold for $8. I have had this forever. It's a musical Christmas stocking, but the music piece doesn't work or is missing. Paid about 50 cents for it, I suppose, and it finally sold for $5. Some brands are just not worth buying. This is a 6-inch Coppercraft bowl. I paid 50 cents for it, and it sold for $12. This is a vintage Coleman cooler with the diamond pattern on it. We paid $10 for this, and when we listed it for $91.50, it sold the same day. So it has a big scratch on the front, but otherwise pretty good condition. So it will be something we'll be looking for again. I listed these round vintage glasses as Harry Potter and John Lennon in the search words. They cost us nothing. From my records, someone gave them to us at a garage sale, and they just sold for $65. When you sell eyeglasses, they usually ask for the distance in millimeters from the temple to temple, so from the hinge to the hinge, so that you need to do. And sometimes you have to measure the bridge too, and look at the very small printing on some that are gold, and these are not. This is a Chrysler taillight. We got a bunch of these free. We didn't know what model it goes for anything. It has the part numbers down here, and it sold for $10. I have had this for such a long time. It's a fairly large sampler, maybe 12 by 18 or something. I paid about $4 for it, and it's really nice. I don't know why it took so long to sell. Maybe because it only has this 1976 on it. But it finally sold for $35, and it's a pain to ship because there's glass on there. And it's hard to find a box that's that large and that is very flat. But it's gone. Here's a primitive box. I don't remember what we paid for it. It has a handle on one side. Pretty dirty and heavy, and it sold for $23. This is a vintage Power Rangers Transformer type car. It's made by Bandai. I don't remember how to do it, but you know, it's got a head here and turns into a guy. Paid 50 cents for this, and it sold for $16. We paid $3 for this little humidity gauge with a ship wheel around it and some airplanes. It has advertising for a local Texaco station near us, and it sold for $13.50. We'll probably put the price up quite a bit next time. Paid $5 for this pair of little bedroom lamps. It's nice to have a set like that. It was kind of a pain to ship. I shipped the shades and the lamps separately, but they sold for $45. We've had this duffel bag for a really long time, listed for a long time too. And I seem to think that we might have gotten it free, and it sold for $17. I paid $1 for this little rack. It's coated wire and it holds 6 glasses. It's only about 8-9 inches tall, and it sold for $20. Sometimes I sell things just to see if I can. So this is my mother-in-law's defunct camcorder with battery and charger, and it sold for $15. Out of my way. Have a good week.